They used to do nighttime, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Good evening, it's July 14th, 2021, it's 6:03. I will open up the Conservation Commission for the town of Dudley. First on the agenda is it's
Roll call.
roll call.
Nancy Vukovic?
Samantha Costello.
Stuart Slingo,
Fran Micheletti.
Bob Tuttle?
thank you. First is the certificate of compliance for 61 Airport Road. It seems like we're still building over there, or they're still digging over there.
I think this is my last meeting, hopefully.
You don't like to see our smiling faces? Or at least
I am.
one person smiling.
I'm Bob Ruda. I live at 61 Airport Road. And I'd like to request that the Dudley Conservation Commission vote to release the order of conditions from Lot 1 on an A&R subdivision plan of land dated February 26th and recorded at Worcester County Registry of Deeds on April 14th. This order of conditions by your board from June 26, 2019, was applied to a parcel of land owned by Ruta Realty, Inc., which at that time encompassed the 55-plus project land, as well as the three-family dwelling and the respective land at 61 Airport Road. The recorded deed that I referenced above applies to the three-family dwelling and .53 acres of land, which has been A&R subdivided. Well, right from the start on this project, there was the intent to subdivide the three-family where we live from the project land, which is all the rest of it. And in the course of doing a title search on the house at 61 Airport Road that I live in, it shows the order of conditions. So the lawyers tell me that encumbers the deed. And so I'm respectfully asking that you vote to release the order of conditions from applying to the A&R subdivided parcel designated as Lot 1 on the recorded deed of 4/14/21, Plan Book 956, Plan 11. Of course, your order of conditions will still apply completely to the 55-plus project off Airport Road and Dudley Hill Road. And then we will record your order releasing Lot 1 from the order of conditions if you see fit to vote, which I would appreciate.
Any questions from the board?
So he wants to separate.
Do we have a
Where
copy
he
of the
lives.
plan, the A&R plan?
I have a copy of it if you want to see it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And
We're right here, lot 1. And this is the land that I owned that is now part of that whole project, which the order of conditions applies to that as well as this land that was owned by my brother. So this is sold, and we A&R subdivided that. So this is what I'm talking about right here. This is where I actually live.
thank you.
So he wants whatever the order of conditions to still exist on all the rest of that property?
So when the order of conditions were recorded back then, we didn't transfer or subdivide the land because we didn't know if the project was actually going to go to completion. So when it looked like it was ready to go, that's when we did the A&R subdivision. Because our three-family was never, even though I am 55 plus, was never part of the project development.
They didn't want your house?
Try.
Are there any abutters present? Any questions from the board? Someone like to make a motion?
I'm not sure about
How
what,
do we technically word
to exclude lot one from that order of conditions.
4 and 6, lot 1 only.
that? Okay.
Also for the order.
I put on the letter, because, you know, I checked with the lawyer, and he said, to release your order of conditions from applying to the A and R subdivided parcel designated as Lot 1 on the recorded deed of April 14th, 2021, in the plan book and plan. And then if you vote that way, then I gotta take your letter and have that recorded, so then when the next title search is done, it's not encumbering the three-family lot from the order of conditions for the project.
I make a motion that we issue a certificate of compliance for 61 Airport Road for lot 1 only.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you need your plan back?
If you don't need it, I'll take it back. It's up to you.
Do you need it, Ruth?
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Second is amended order of conditions for 74 Flaxfield Road.
Pronounce, is it okay to bring these up?
Yep.
Photos to the shop. You guys, there's enough for all of you.
Thank you.
So, hi, I'm Michelle Hayes. This is my husband, Tom. We are at 74 Flaxfield.
Is your name on there yet?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if you guys
Sorry.
were ready. 2 years ago, we were here to seek a permit to take down a number of pine trees. So we have a utility easement that ran through our property that had a lot of overplanted pines, and those pines were in very poor condition. As part of granting the permit to take those pines down, we had a special order of conditions to replant 25 trees, and we asked for a recommendation from conservation of what type of trees. So we were supposed to replant in that same area 25 red oak and sugar maple trees. So we had the trees taken down 2 years ago, and we've been working on the replanting. So if you take a look at the first photo, if you see where that kind of the one dirt aisle is, that's where those pines were. So we actually have 3.5 acres of land that connects all the way out to Sawmill. And then if you flick to the second page, you'll see a closer zoomed in view from Google Photos once those trees were actually taken down. So there's a couple problems that we're having. Sorry. You guys caught up?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, I need like a video projector so I can just go point. Okay, so on page 2, what you can see is we still have a significant amount of tree canopy that was provided by the hardwoods. And then we have this open space here. From dimensions from the water, it's kind of hard to see it here, but this is actually our shed right here. From the back of our shed up to where the red line is, which is the conservation line, that's about a 50-foot space on a slope, and there's a bunch of rocks there. And then the tree canopy width is about 45 feet at its largest width. So we're looking roughly at an area of 40 feet by 45 feet, or I'm sorry, 50 feet by 45 feet, where we're supposed to be able to replant 25 trees. So the variety of trees that was recommended suggest that we should have 20 feet in between each individual tree, as well as being 20 feet away from any existing structure, which our shed is in that replant area. So we're seeking a modification to the order of conditions to do one of two things. We absolutely want to replant, and if you look at the next page, you see a lot of the replanting that we've done. So in the area above the conservation line, we added about 9,000 square feet of grass. If you look at the next page after that, you'll see what our spring project is Also in an area that had pines outside of the conservation land. We put in 120 new perennials, bushes, and some trees up here, more ornamental trees than regular trees. So we've been doing a lot of work to make sure that we aren't going to have future erosion problems. So we are here to seek permission for one of two things. Option one is to adjust the number of trees down from 25 to what the land can support in that space, which is about 5 trees, if you follow the recommendations and the existing stones that are there. The other option is to do a much larger replanting effort, but it's not gonna be of the type of trees that were recommended. We'd be looking at, Mr. Slingo, you've been at the property, it's a very sloped, it's a steep slope going down to the water. There's a lot of rocks there, and what we'd be looking to do is really using that natural rock landscape to do what we did on page 3, kind of up here. We have had a landscape designer draw up plans, not for this specific area yet, but basically looking at smaller types of varieties of trees, shrubs, perennials, looking at putting grass on the flat land. We are looking to be able to grind the existing stumps that are there and then bring in stone, grass, dirt, and mulch if we went with a larger replanting effort. If that's not something you guys are interested in, we're happy to put the trees in as well, but we just are looking to get a number that is able to be supported in the land that we have. So I know that was a lot, so ready for questions whenever you are. Fran?
Any questions from the board?
Is this kind of what the engineer recommended for you to do?
Engineer being Matt.
Matt, yeah, Matt.
So Matt had recommended, when we filed for the original permit, to recommend the 25 trees. The number that he used, that number to base off of, included trees that extended past where the conservation line was. So if you look back at picture 2, page 2, the pines came all the way up, really to our house line. There's a big rock here, and a few feet in front of that big rock is where I put the little red line. Sorry, my line's crooked. I'm not a graphic designer.
Yeah.
But roughly in there, give or take a couple feet, is where the conservation line is. So I think he basically took the number of trees, factored that the red oaks and sugar maples are going to have a larger tree canopy, but the number just doesn't support based on what actually. You couldn't see when we had the pines. You didn't know how many of these trees were actually going to cover most of that
I
area.
know a lot of them are dead.
Yeah, they were in very poor shape.
Fire risk at that time?
I see it's extremely rocky there. I'm wondering if we should get Matt's opinion or,
Yes. All that-
I have his email of like all his opinions. Let me see if it's over here.
okay, great.
Matt, anything?
Yeah, Matt emailed me because right here. Can you put it in?
Nope.
Of course not. Yeah, no, he didn't say anything
I
about
can
that
see
one.
how it would be difficult, but I really think it's his call rather than ours, is my opinion. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think that we should have Matt go back over there and, see what it looks like and
Yep.
make some recommendations from there.
Okay.
Someone would like to put that in the form of a vote?
I make a motion that we extend the meeting so Matt can take a look at this situation for 74 Flaxfield Road.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
So we'll continue the meeting till, when's our next meeting?
August 4th.
August 4th.
Okay.
Hope that doesn't cause too much problems for you, but
No, we want to hit the fall replant, so one way or the other.
It's too
We're
hot
looking.
now.
Hey man, I moved 120 yards of dirt with these 2 legs and a wheelbarrow, so I'm not worried about a little heat. Yeah, that's fine. We don't want to miss the fall replant window if we go with the tree option. Otherwise, we want to be able to get work started because we have a year left on the permit. If we do go with the other replant option, we will need an extension on the permit, but we would get started on it right away.
Okay.
Okay.
He might point out some things that'll be in your favor. You say, well, that's good idea,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially with the rock situation.
Yeah, the rocks are,
Yeah.
we dig and we find rocks. Those are just the surface rocks. All right, we'll see you guys in 3 weeks. You'll let me know when Matt will come out, or he'll
Yeah,
just-
I'll email him either tomorrow or tonight
Okay.
and see what he says.
Thank you for your time.
They'll probably be
Thank
here
you.
this weekend.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be around. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, next is request for a certificate for compliance for Dave's Way. Matt says that we should pass that over until he gets a chance to look at it. I drove there today. It's nowhere near ready. So, next is a certificate, a request for compliance for Lyons Estate subdivision.
What about number 3?
I didn't like number 3. Number 3, order of conditions for Schofield Ave 75. Sorry about that.
I don't have the agenda in front of me, so I couldn't quite tell you were skipping.
Am I invisible here?
So I'm Rick Hanvan. I'm with Time Bonds. I'm representing the Water Department. I believe different colleagues of mine were here at your last meeting, and one of the reasons this got continued was noticing. So I've got some copies of certified mail receipts if you want them. I guess one, I think
You have those?
Yeah, they're in there as well.
Okay.
you have it already.
Yeah,
Perfect. Okay,
the
so,
public meeting notice, everything was taken care of for it.
yep, yeah, I have copies if you don't have them by email.
Yeah, they're all
but-
in there.
I believe a lot of the discussion already kind of went over why we were requesting the amendment to the order because of the temporary PFAS treatment at that site. One other thing I'll note now, and we can certainly talk about questions, is that there's a gas service line that goes from the street to the building. There's already a gas heater in the pump house. And in talking with National Grid, they've had us move that slightly. We're proposing to move it because you don't want the service line under the tank foundation. And they recommended, we were actually moving it out toward the fill slope, and they had us move it into the driveway. So that change moves the gas line away from the resource area. It doesn't change the disturbance of the project at all, but I have 2 updated sheets for the plan set so that you have the final proposed plan.
Mansfield.
I didn't know they had gas lines up there.
So that
Leave the microphone.
yeah. So this
See if it works.
gas service had been on the slope side, and
Yep.
per National Grid, we've moved it into the drive to, the real goal is just to avoid putting that underneath the pad, but it is that's the difference since we were in front of you last. It's just a little change. It's all within the area of disturbance.
No, it makes sense, you know, why would you want the gas line underneath?
Huh?
Did that make sense? Why would you want the gas line underneath?
exactly.
All right, so we continue, this was a
It
continuation?
was continued because of the certified mail.
All right, well, then I screwed up because I was supposed to open a public hearing then. I'll open it at 6:22.
Okay. Yeah, if you need me to restate anything, I'm Rick Hanavan, Time Bond, representing the Water Department. If you have other questions about the process of why we're requesting amended order, hopefully that's been explained, that, well, you know, we're continuing to do work at this location, hoping to do compensatory flood storage excavations sort of in one go. And
I wonder why they got weeds in the lake.
Matt's recommendation.
All right. Any questions from the board? No? Any questions from the audience? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at 6:24. Someone that can make a motion.
That we accept the amended, or we accept the amendment to the order of conditions. I make a motion that we accept the amendment made, that's being discussed to the order of conditions for 75 Schofield Avenue.
I'll second it.
A motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Want to keep this?
You would sign that tonight even?
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna sign it right now.
All right.
As soon as I find it.
Would you have a copy that I could?
So I could go make a copy right now, and then I can give you the original.
Yeah, okay, I can wait if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
And George, you said Dave's Way is not ready yet for completion? Okay.
Truman. Did I say Dave's Way?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
did.
you said Dave's Way.
No, Lions Estates wasn't ready.
Oh. Okay.
So how about I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented for June 23rd, 2021.
I wasn't here, so.
I'll second it.
Yeah. Motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes from June 23rd, 2021. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and I can't find.
That was for Dave's Way?
No, he's looking for a, he's
Schofield.
looking for Schofield.
Is it in here?
I think so.
This is the original one. Can't find the signature page. This is
What's it?
the
This is
original
the
one.
amended one right here.
Okay.
Yeah, right
All
here.
right. Put this in there so I don't get lost. All right, next on it is a certificate of compliance for 15 Dave's Way. And Matt says that it's okay to go. Any questions from the board?
I'll make a motion that we issue
Julian, do you want to
Yeah.
look at the
a
copy of that?
certificate of appliance for 15 Days Way.
I'll second it.
The motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. A notice of intent for 52 Center Road, and the applicant has asked for a continuance to the next meeting. Someone please make a vote on that.
Should I recurse myself for that?
Yes.
I make a motion that we continue the public hearing for 52 Center Road.
Second.
A motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting is, what was the date?
August 4th.
August 4th.
August 4th. Okay.
Noble Street?
Noble Street, notice of intent, continuation. I don't even remember, what was that about?
Still, it said for the Noble Street, the last meeting minute said they were still waiting for a DEP.
DEP number, yeah.
We still are?
Yep.
Okay. So it's basically, we have to continue
Yeah.
because there's no DEP number, right?
Someone put that in a form of motion, so we,
Look at that and say,
I make a motion that we continue the notice of intent for Noble Street due to the fact that there's no DEP number yet.
okay, motion's been made,
No second.
I'll second it.
motion's been made and second to extend, continue Noble Street.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we did that. What's left?
52 Center Road, did you guys do?
Yep.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Continue to August 4th.
Yep. Okay. I didn't know if that's what happened when I was out there.
Okay, someone want me, motion to adjourn?
Motion
Sam
to
did.
adjourn?
Second.
Motion to adjourn, made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sign that.
Motion carries.
6:29.
6:29. Thank you, Fred.